While the month of March was consumed with high school and college basketball madness, April provided an opportunity for Boston's future basketball stars to take center stage. Just over a week ago, the best and brightest middle school basketball teams from the city of Boston squared off in the middle school basketball championships. So let's head straight to Latin Academy for these highlights. There you see first the girls middle school championship. It's the Rogers taking on Young Achievers. We're going to pick it up in the first half. Rogers up by 2. Kiara Surratt hits the runner right there, puts them up 6-2 later on in the half. It's Matea Young off the steal. She gets it to go for Young Achievers, ties it up at 8 apiece. Now we're tied at 10. Young Achievers trying to take the lead. Young goes coast to coast for the bucket right there. Young Achievers with their first lead of the ball game. But just over 4 minutes left in the first half. Kiara Surratt misses a breakaway, but her sister Ashley is right there for the putback as Rogers goes up by 3. Then 1:30 left to go in the half. It's Kiara, this time scoring the bucket and one. Rogers led at the break 42-37. Second half now, Rogers still up by 6. It's Mackenzie DeLiba with the tough drive right there. She brings Young Achievers within 4. Then in the ensuing possession, Matea Young with the drive for the Young Achievers brings them within 2. But the Surratt sisters were just too much for the Young Achievers. Ashley Surratt comes right back with a bucket right there. She puts the Rogers up by 4. And then on the next possession, it's Kiara Surratt. She takes it all the way in for the score right there for the Rogers, puts them up by 6. The Surratt sisters combined for 47 points. Rogers now up by 9. Surratt finds Zariah Howard underneath as Rogers goes up by 11, and they hang on to win 55-49. The Rogers are the 2014 girls middle school basketball champions, and they have won 2 in the last 3. Then it was the boys' turn. Defending champs Murphy taking on the middle school football champs Timilty School. Pick it up in the first half. Timilty up by 6. Khalil Blair out on the break gets the steal, the basket, and one puts Timilty up by 8. Later on in the half, it's going to be Blair knocking down the deep 2 right there. They only have 2-pointers in middle school basketball. Timilty goes up by 10. In swing possession, it's Khalil Blair again with the steal and again with the bucket for Timilty. Puts them up by 12. Later on, it's Timilty absolutely cruising right now as Legoo Howard on the drive scores the bucket for Timilty, puts them up by 20. A minute later, it's Anthony Selden underneath right there for the Timilty Tigers, caps off a 24-0 run for the Timilty School. Under 2 minutes left in the half, Khalil Blair, beautiful pass to Michael Daring on the break. Timilty led at the half 42-7. We're going to pick it up in the second half now. Murphy with a nice play inside right here. William Jean scoring the bucket. He led Murphy with 9 points on the afternoon, but it was all Timilty. Daring going coast to coast right here for the Tigers. He puts Timilty up by 39. Then later on, it's Robert Pimentel getting in on the action for Timilty as they hang on to win 72-20 for the Timilty Middle School. City champs in football and boys basketball. Boy, an outstanding girls basketball game and a dominating performance for the Timilty Middle School, who now holds the football and boys basketball titles. Also, earlier this month, Boston Public Schools' new athletic director began his duties. Avery Esdale was hired in March to be the new director of BPS Athletic Department. Avery takes over for Ken Still, who retired in October of 2013 after 11 years in the BPS AD seat. Over the past 12 years, Esdale worked for the Wellesley College Athletic Department as an associate athletic director. Avery holds a Master's of Science in Management of Sports Industries from the University of New Haven and a bachelor's degree in sociology from Wesleyan. The New Haven, Connecticut native also spent 2 years working in the Yale Athletic Department. So a very exciting time for Boston Public Schools athletics with a new AD coming in. That's going to do it for sports this week. Be sure to tune in right back here next week for more on Boston and neighborhood sports.